All right, guys, so last day in Vietnam, and just like with the first day, I have brought my stuff with me on the way to the airport, but I could not leave Saigon without trying one more bowl of pho. So I'm down in the Binh Tanh area to check out a super popular pho, just been awarded a Michelin recommendation, open since 1986 in Hanoi. Just opened here a couple of years ago. Mama here has a super interesting story, some really interesting dishes on the menu. So let's see, guys, if this is gonna be my perfect pho. Right, guys, so here's the spot. Family run joint, Papa Chao, Xin Chao. Mama in the kitchen, Xin Chao. All right. All right, so we've got the thin noodles here. Spring onions. Look at this piece of brisket. I've come in right just at the right time, guys. Look at this. Oh. That's beautiful. Wow. Oh, look at that. Thai. Yeah. All right, so we've got the fresh beef. Wow. Perfect. All right, so noodles in. This is what we came for, guys. I'm trying a few of the different dishes, but I am here primarily for the pho. All right, so she's warming up the bowl. So that water goes back in.
Gân nhá.
Spring onions, and then some of this beautiful 3-day-old. Mama's special Nam Dinh 3-day broth. All right, guys, so we got that fresh beef that you saw how much you put in the bowl there, guys. You got the brisket. So she put 2 different cuts in. So I'm not sure if you used the flank and the brisket because she put a fattier cut in, and then you saw her slice one really, really thinly, didn't she? So that's the fattier cut. Then there was a slightly less fatty cut of the other blocks. She just used 2 different blocks, and she seemed to be very, very pleased with both of them when she was showing them to me. Tendon, which are a little like. And then we got the thinner style pho. See, I thought it was going to be, because it's a lot clearer, it's a lot, I'd say, a cleaner looking broth than what I was having yesterday and what I'm used to having in Saigon. I thought maybe it was going to lack a little bit of flavour, but actually, the spices, it's got that base flavour that you know from pho, but it's also got like a real nice sweetness that doesn't come from sugar. Now, I can't tell you exactly what that is, that ingredient, because I've been sworn to secrecy, and if I tell you, Mama kills me. But top soup. The depth of flavour in there is insane, but we are going to pimp it a little bit to suit our own taste. All right, it's really good straight off the bat, but we're going to add a little bit. So we're going to have some lime. I'm going to stick some of these chilies in. Now, these always surprise me how spicy these green Vietnamese chilies are, because they look like the chilies where I live, and the chilies where I live aren't spicy. And all I'm going to use, just a little bit of, just going to use a little bit of Thai basil. What else we got in there? Bit of culantro for my American viewers. Sawtooth coriander. Guys, we can't forget our homemade pickled garlic. So you're gonna have that citrus sourness, that citrus hit from the lime, freshening up the broth, but you're also gonna have that vinegar hit, different type of sourness. Almost sort of fermented taste from those pickled garlic. Now, I'm not sure whether to just stick that chili sauce straight in or stick it into a bowl and use it to dip my meat in. I'm gonna go with the latter. Right, so now I've added that garlic, the lemon. I keep saying lemon because I've been around Vietnamese people for 2 days. Lime and chili. Oh, delicious. Now we've got salty, sour, spicy. Beautiful. Right, I'm gonna try the meat. Gonna have a little dip in this chili sauce. So Vietnamese people like to dip their meat. Some people, I do see Vietnamese people just squeezing hoisin sauce into their pho, but it's just not for me. But I will use this homemade chili sauce to dip. That's unbelievable. Brisket, tender, fatty, cut perfectly with that sour, salty, semi-sweet sauce. Right, we'll try the fresh beef. Fresh beef is good. First time I go to get a pho, I will get fresh beef. But after that, I probably wouldn't get fresh beef. It's not my favourite cut. I like it for the textural purposes, so that against the brisket, and then against this gummy tendon, which I'm about to eat now. I love that. This is only going to hit for my English viewers, obviously, but the consistency, especially of tendon in Vietnam, is wine gum, like old school wine gum. And a lot of people, I said this before, beef flavoured wine gum. Then people in the comments, a couple of people were saying tendons don't taste of anything, but I feel like they do definitely take on the flavour of whatever they're in. So very, very good. The fresh beef, as far as fresh beef goes, is very, very good, but just not a cut that I would usually get. Next time I think I'll just get the brisket, but nevertheless, this is absolutely delicious. So yesterday I went out with Back of the Bike tours, and I asked him to take me to a northern versus southern pho, so his favourite northern and southern pho in Saigon, which we did. And at the end they asked me which of the north and south was my favourite, like which do you like best, Hanoi style or southern style? And I said, because the Hanoi style that I've had in Saigon usually just comes with the fresh beef and doesn't really come with too many herbs and stuff, but the Saigon one does, I would like to mix the two together. So like I prefer the broth from a northern style one, and the northern style one I had yesterday has absolutely nothing on this. This is by far and away the best northern pho broth that I've had anywhere in Saigon. But I would like to combine the two together, so I'd like to have these cuts of meat, but in the northern pho, and I think that's pretty much what I've got here. So this, guys, could be my perfect bowl of pho. Alright, so this one's super interesting for me because I've had poutine, I've never had photine. Alright. Fresh tenderloin.
Phần thịt bò ngon nhất của con bò.
This is the fresh one, right?
Yeah, fresh one.
Alright. Alright, so shallots and garlic. Thinking this one is for the 13, is it?
Yeah, she's doing the
13, okay. Some corn flour, yeah? Yeah, okay. So we've got the corn flour here that's going to thicken it up. Alright. So she's using beef stock with the corn flour. Alright, we're going to blanch the carrots again. In the soup, so it's just flavour on top of flavour here, guys. So blanched carrots. Papa Chow's doing the. Oh yeah, Xin Chao. He's doing the. He's on onion and garlic duty. 100. All right, so 100 grams of beef going in here, guys. smells good. Is this your favourite?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Vietnamese people like this one?
Yeah, just strong kind of flavor. Not
Alright, yes. In goes that brisket.
Nói đó là bán sáng đến giờ là hết rồi, gần hết rồi, chuẩn bị nồi mới. Đấy đó là chuẩn bị nồi mới.
Right, for the northerners guys watching, for my northern viewers, alright, this is chips and gravy. Right, so the beef's done. In goes the carrots. And she's going to take a bit of the beef stock, a bit of the pho stock. And then she's going to thicken it up with the corn flour, legendary. Onions, spring onions. Alright, on goes the cheese. That'll be the world's best chips and gravy, isn't it? Get in there. Fried onions on top as well, look at this.
yeah, just a little bit. Not
Okay.
Okay. Alright guys, this is the photine. So this is a play on poutine. So basically for any of my English viewers, this is a very, very sort of pimped up version of chips and gravy. So very, very excited. I've not seen anything like this before. You saw the way she did it. Those tender slices of beef stir fried off with a little bit of garlic, some shallots. In went the beef stock and then a little bit of corn flour. Put that on top of the French fries or chips for my English viewers. Some cheese and those blanched carrots topped off with some crispy shallots. And all right guys, I'm gonna have to throw on some of Mama's special homemade chili sauce here. All right, so we've got over 20 ingredients, I'm told, in this chili sauce. Yeah, do you know what? That's one thing I'm not a big fan on, guys. It's like, you know, the proper like shop or mass-produced like sriracha sauce. Not a fan. This homemade chili sauce, this is the one for me. Yeah, yeah. Sour, spicy, not too spicy. Sour, spicy, salty, fruity. Cuts the gravy, cuts the cheese. I'll tell you what, guys. I don't want to do this a disservice, but this almost makes me want to take up heavy drinking again so I can come here hungover and smash a couple of bowls of this. Now, I've got to be honest, I have everything that I ordered. This was the dish that I wasn't too sure about. I thought this could be a little bit fusiony for me, but actually, that is absolutely delicious. Crispy, crunchy fries. The cheese has melted, one because it's on the hot fries, and two because it's been covered in that lovely sauce, that gravy. And I don't know why, because it's, for all intents and purposes, kind of chips and gravy, I'm expecting a sort of just normal gravy taste, even though this is a pho restaurant. But you've got those beautiful pho spices from the broth, like the star anise, cinnamon, lovely, lovely tender slices of beef. I love the fried shallots. And it's a bit of a stronger cheese. Like usually the poutine I've had is cheese curds, but as I spoke to Will off camera, they said they're using the sharper cheese, again for my American viewers, just because it sort of cuts through the richness of that gravy. And I'm telling you what, guys, they've done a perfect job here. 100 grams of beef. The most expensive fries you can buy in Saigon, all for 140,000. Bargain. All right, guys, let's have a look at this beef. Spoon test. Absolutely falls apart. So this is like boko.
It's like boko, but without the coconut.
But no coconut. So it's a little bit richer. For any of you not familiar with boko, it's like a beef stew. As you can see, potatoes, carrots, big French influence. Right, and the deal is here, banh mi. Fluffy, crispy baguette. This one is just round, but exactly the same as your classic banh mi. I'm gonna load mine up. I'm not even sure if this is proper etiquette, but I'm gonna load mine up. Have a dip, get some of that rich sauce. As you saw with a spoon, beef absolutely melts in your mouth. Now this, for anyone that hasn't had it, is almost like, yeah, you could feed this to anyone. Like if you say you brought your mum over or something, your mum or your dad over, and then they've never eaten Vietnamese food, they've never eaten Asian food before, you could probably feed them this. It's got that kind of Western stew kind of feel to it, but you got your spring onions, you got your coriander. But with the addition of the carrots and the potatoes, it does feel like something you might want on a cold winter's day. You got a little bit of a cold, you're feeling sorry for yourself, come down, see mama, she'll sort you out. All right guys, I'm super late for the airport, so I'm gonna run off now, but I'm so glad that I didn't leave Saigon without meeting Mama Chow, #1. Most non-Hanoi style pho in Saigon.